You know, most of us sat around eating chips, binge watching our favorite shows, but not Natasha Casebolt. She got some big things done during the lockdown, and her story's coming up on the 5-Minute Podcast. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jace, live from my mom's basement. Not really. And today on the 5-Minute Podcast, more details on that 80s K-Man drug smuggling ring, including a new podcast.
It involved celebrities, the CIA.
Stories about Bon Jovi and Motley Crue. Last night, Mike Tyson took on a shark.
You ready for it? Kind of help me. What do you think I'm doing here?
And Simon Cowell broke his back on a motorized bicycle. All right, yeah, that is all coming up. Natasha Casebolt made the cover of the Compass Digital today for her mask-making efforts. It is a really cute story about being locked down and not having anything to do, so picking up a new hobby. Tashi went on and downloaded a YouTube video, how to make masks. She got to sewing, used her connections on Island to get donations from some pretty big names, including Guy Harvey. Cut up some t-shirts and turned them into a protective faceware. In fact, I tried to get my hands on one of them because they're cool as but because the mail wasn't working, there was no way to get it up. She took all the money she raised, donated to some great charities. It's amazing. Now, in addition to her mask-making charitable efforts, Natasha has picked up her real estate broker's license. Following in her mother's footsteps, who is a very successful realtor in Texas, Natasha is now working with Diamond Properties. Casebolt, congratulations. All right, this drug smuggling story is getting out of control. They've released a new podcast. Well, it started back in July. You can start checking out the episodes. A new one comes out every Monday, but this story is just getting juicier and juicier. It's the young teenager who became a drug icon, smuggling marijuana from Colombia up to the United States. He goes on to tell stories about having to move Bon Jovi out of the Holiday Inn to a private yacht because they were partying too much and being apprehended while hanging out with Motley Crue. The podcast is following the perspective of the FBI agent. His name's Ned Timmons.
But this was just the beginning, Ned tells me. He would go on to live his double life for years and eventually uncover a vast criminal conspiracy. It involved celebrities, the CIA, a dictator down in Central America. Not just that. Ultimately, it leads to a war. I mean, a full-scale U.S. invasion.
If you Google Deep Cover Podcast, you can check it out yourself. Rachel Ray is from Lake George, New York, which is just about an hour north of Albany, where I was living. Yeah, her house burned down over the weekend. I'm so happy to hear that everybody was saved. If someone could just save her show, because recently it's terrible. I can't even watch it. Last week, we were talking about how Kim and Kanye were getting to the Caribbean to have some downtime to rework their marriage. Weren't sure what island they were going to. Now we know they spent a week in the Dominican Republic. Maybe they were going to visit Pedro and Chantal from 90 Day Fiancé.
You are lying.
No.
Shark Week kicked off last night here in the States, and Mike Tyson took on a shark.
My whole life I looked at myself as a coward. I'm a product of fear. My whole existence is fear.
I don't think it was exactly the take on we were expecting, but he went on to talk about how it's all about conquering your fears.
Failure is just another word like boogeyman. It doesn't really exist. It's just to scare you from accomplishing goals in life.
And lastly, Simon Cowell broke his back when he fell off an electric bicycle. Certainly going to be problematic as they gear up for a new season of America's Got Talent, but the producers have come up with a creative twist.
On the next America's Got Injuries.
You call yourself a doctor. You have no patience for patients. You call that an IV drip. Well, if I'm being honest, it's a little heavy on the I and a little light on the V, isn't it?
Next time on America's Got Injuries.
All right, that is your 5-Minute Podcast for this Monday. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I will see you tomorrow.